Welcome to Spectrum News at 2. I am Rachel David White, coming to you live from Uyo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom State. Let's take a look at the headlines. Vice President Shettima meets Nigerian Economic Summit Group. Marketers adjust pumps as fuel price hits 670 naira per litre. Plus, UN says US national held by North Korea after crossing border. We'll bring you details of the stories and more in a moment. First, in the news this afternoon is a report that the Vice President Kashim Shettima is currently meeting a delegation of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group (NESG) at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Report says the courtesy visitors aim to, among other things, notify the VP of the 29th Nigerian Economic Summit, which holds on October 23 to 24 this year, and to invite him to give the closing address of the summit. Recall that the NESG was incorporated in 1996 by a group of private sector leaders after co-hosting 3 successive Nigerian economic summits with the federal government. Meanwhile, discussion will also feature possible areas of collaboration between the NESG and the Office of the Vice President and National Economic Council on strategic presidential priorities and initiatives. Away from that, the pump price of premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, raised from 537 naira per litre, from 527 naira per litre to 670 naira per litre at some filling stations operated by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, in Abuja. The independent oil marketers confirmed the increase in the cost of the commodity, as they stated that any shift in price by NNPCL stations was an indication of a rise in the pump price of PMS. Speaking with newsmen, the Secretary, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Mohammed Shuaibu, said the NNPCL is still the major importer of petrol into Nigeria currently. Though other marketers are gradually importing the commodity, the price this morning in some NNPCL stations is 670 naira per litre. Recall that President Bola Tinubu had, during his inaugural address on May 29, announced that subsidy on petrol had ended, a development that led to the jump in the price of the commodity from 198 naira per litre to over 500 naira per litre on May 30th. In a separate development, the federal government has said that plans are underway to undertake a nationwide vacation in vaccination of cattle, sheep and goats following a confirmed case of anthrax in Niger State. The Niger case comes weeks after the federal government alerted Nigerians to the outbreak of the deadly disease in some neighboring countries within the West African region. Away from that, the Federal Road Safety Corps FRSC, Akwa Ibom Sector Command has commenced the immediate prosecution of violators of road traffic offences whose vehicles are impounded but fail to pay the prescribed fines after 7 days of the impoundment. The Sector Commander Corps Commander Matthew Olonishaye stated this in an interview with newsmen. Olonishaye said that the command will be embarking on weekly special patrol operations with special focus on offences such as overloading, failure to install speed limiting device on commercial vehicles, driving and riding against traffic, and other traffic offences. The sector commander therefore called on the general public to remain active and avoid any form of recklessness. that is capable of jeopardizing the safety of other road users, but ensure adherence to traffic rules and regulations and promptly report any road incidents and other emergencies to the FRSC toll-free line. In the power sector, the Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission has enlisted Kaduna, Nasarawa, Taraba and Gombe State into its membership. The managing director of the commission, Abubakar Yelwa, discloses during a 5-day capacity building workshop on a social standards short course held in Kaduna State. Yelwa explained that with the addition of 4 states into HYPPA-DEC, the number of its members increases to 10, comprised of over 1,800 communities spread across Benue Plateau, Kogi, Kwara, Kebbi, and Niger State. According to the HYPPA-DEC Chief Executive Officer, the admission of the 4 states into the membership of the Commission followed President Bola Tinubu's recent assent to the new Electricity Act. In education, the Oyo State government has said that the over 1.5 million out-of-school children have been absorbed into various public schools under the 2017 to 2022 Better Education Service Delivery for All will be mopped up and brought back to the classrooms under the Best Additional Funding Transforming Education System at state-level program. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, Adeniyi Olusanjo, met this note during a 2-day training program on community-driven development approach in Ibadan, the state capital. In a statement by the Director of Press and Public Relations, Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, Rotimi Babalola, the program is targeting at mopping up the remaining 1.5 million out-of-school children after those that have been successfully returned to classrooms under the BESTA within 2017 and 2022. Bakiri doctors and nurses in Uyo have warned that people with HIV are prone to having tuberculosis. Speaking with a correspondent, a nurse at Handmaid Hospital, Mbotidemo Morin, said HIV and tuberculosis are linked and warned that such persons should desist from self-medications. Meanwhile, Dr. Nkeruwa Metok of Lifelinks Hospital said if tuberculosis is not treated, it could lead to more health complications like lung damage, liver or kidney problem. The report in details. Authorities has seized a smuggled shipment of medication which can be used by athletes as performance-enhancing drugs. The Anti-Doping Agency of Kenya disclosed that a woman was arrested on suspicion of smuggling and will appear in court. According to the agency, she was arrested at Jomo Kenyatta Airport in Nairobi in a joint operation by police and anti-doping officials. Reports say Kenya is among the most successful countries in international athletics with a rich history of winners in middle and long-distance races at the Olympics and World Championships. And still in Africa, Egypt's Public Prosecution Office has said that 8 people, including 7 members of one family, have been reportedly killed in Cairo when a residential building in the capital collapsed. According to the prosecution office, civil defense workers pulled out 9 people. Among them was an injured woman. Reports say the prosecution office therefore ordered the arrest of the building's owner, the contractor in charge of the works, and one of his employees for questioning. On a foreign scene, a U.S. national has been reportedly detained in North Korea after crossing the border. Speaking with newsmen, the United Nations Command, which operates the Demilitarized Zone and Joint Security Area JSA, said the U.S. national did not have authorization, and the command is working with the country KPA counterparts to resolve the incident. Report says dozens of people escape North Korea every year to fly from poverty and famine. Still on a foreign scene, Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that his country is prepared to continue grain export after Russia announced it was exiting a landmark deal brokered with Turkey and the United Nations UN to unblock deliveries from the major producer. Zelensky said Ukraine, the UN and Turkey can jointly ensure the operation of the food corridor and the inspection of the ships. According to him, China, Spain and Turkey are three main beneficiaries of the grain shipment, noting that 60% of the volumes were exported to Africa and Asia. Reports say the agreement, which has enabled the export in cargo of more than 32 million tons of Ukrainian grain over the last year, has expired. Still to come in the news. Bayern Munich increased asking price for Sadio Mane. Stay with us.
Extra advantage if your product and services are pitched on a platform that gives you the added advantage over your competitors. For your desired return on investment and so much more, advertise on Spectrum Television, on StarTime's DTH Channel 421 and on free-to-air with a frequency of 12733. Spectrum Television, broadening your horizon.
Nigerian police, which is the only one allowed by grossly abused. Our governors have to share police powers with the president as stipulated by the constitution. We do not have a federal government police force. We have the Nigerian police force, which shall be administered, organized, and supervised by the Nigerian police force.
No, my lord, I want to say something. I want to say something here. Perhaps it might also enlarge the scope of people who should be invited here for examination. My lord, if we cannot find those who literally murdered Abiola, who are those people who could be said to be the beneficiaries of the death of Abiola?
Rogers has linked you with some of the killings he did.
He never did.
He linked you with the attempted murder of Hebrew.
He did not.
My lord, the matters council is leading the evidence in our matters.
Is this an adversary proceeding?
It's not, my lord, but we can't be talking about cases which are in court,
Is this an adversary proceeding?
It's not, my lord. These cases are in court, my lord. I'm just reminding your lordship.
My lord, sorry, my lord, I think I'll be in cross-examination.
Legally Speaking, a program that deals with legal issues and questions we face as citizens of this amazing country, Nigeria. Legally Speaking. Join us every
Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m.
for Legally Speaking.
Welcome back and many thanks for staying with us. On our business news, the Nigerian Export Promotion Council (NEPC) has said that non-oil exports in the first half of 2023 declined marginally to $2.539 billion from $2.593 billion in the same period last year. The executive director of NEPC, Yakusak Ezra, disclosed this in Abuja at the presentation of the first half-year progress report on the non-oil export performance for 2023. He blamed the decline on the conduct of the general elections and the changes in global economic conditions. The NEPC boss explained that the sector recorded a dip in export value in the first half year of 2023 due to the general elections and changes in global economic conditions. And still in business, a group of point-of-sales operators in Nigeria have protested against the increased service charges in the country, which took effect yesterday. Recall that Association of Mobile Money Bank Agents in Nigeria announced new service charges for operators in June. The association had said the increase in service charges was to ensure point-of-sale operators survive. With the implementation of the framework, Nigerians who wanted to deposit between 1,000 and 4,900 naira would now have to pay a service charge of 100 naira, while 5,000 naira to 10,900 naira will attract a service charge of 200 naira, among others. However, the operators under the umbrella of concerned POS operators in Nigeria described the increase as outrageous and anti-people. In health, a former president of Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, Alumide Akintayo, has asked President Bola Tinubu to implement various reforms recommended in the pharmaceutical sector to boost local drug manufacturing in the country. He said the pharmaceutical sector is very crucial to the country, noting that it is only drug manufacturers that can add serious value in terms of gross domestic product that can boost the sector and address them if the country is to witness robust local drug manufacturing like India and China, stressing that the country cannot have drug security when local drug manufacturers import active pharmaceutical ingredients and 70% of the country's drug needs. Still in health experts, while advocating for proper care of the teeth from infancy, the experts said there is a need to take preventive measures against oral cancer, noting that regular visit to the hospital for appropriate measures should also be prioritized. The medical practitioners made the call at the 20th anniversary and public lecture of SS Dental Clinic Limited held in Lagos. The chief operating officer of the clinic, Yetunde Oladejo, emphasized the importance of oral health checkup and the need to pay great attention to it, especially from infancy, disclosing that it is the key indicator of oral and overall health. She implored Nigerians to pay regular visits to dentists, adding that teachers and parents alike should begin to check the teeth of children regularly every morning and evening. And sports, German Bundesliga side Bayern Munich have increased their asking price for Senegalese forward Sadio Mane due to Saudi interest in the forward. Reports say the 31-year-old Africa Cup of Nations winner could be on the move from the German side, and the Bundesliga champions were prepared to let the Senegal international depart for £70 million. According to reports, representatives from the Al Nassr and Al Ahly had met with Mane's team. Still in sports, Marcus Rashford has agreed a new long-term contract with Manchester United. According to reports, England forward has a verbal agreement with the club for a new 5-year contract that would keep him at Old Trafford until 2028. Reports say talks with Rashford are in the final stages before the official announcement is being made. On our entertainment news, American singer Taylor Swift now has more #1 albums than any other female artist in history, following the recent release of Speak Now. According to reports, the record debuted at the top of the Billboard charts, becoming the pop queen's 12th one album and surpassing Barbara Streisand for the most among women. Reports say that for male performers, Jay-Z and the Beatles both have over a dozen number of one albums. Though Billboard notes that it had changed its album ranking system over the decades to include anthologies, the organization added that Sweet and still on entertainment, American singer Ariana Grande and her husband Dalton Gomez have reportedly called it quits and are headed towards a divorce. Reports say that the couple have reportedly been separated since July 2023 and are now moving towards having an official divorce. This comes as a shock to many because Ariana celebrated her second anniversary on her Instagram page just in May 2023. For you at this time, do ensure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website, spectrumtv.ng. Also follow us on Twitter at SpectrumTOnline. You've been watching Spectrum News at 2. I am Rachel David White. Good afternoon.